All right, guys, here we have the Czech M92 work shirt and the N92 camouflage, which is meant to hide grease/oil stains. I got these in a 2-pack for around 15 to 20 bucks from Sportsman's Guide. In a 2-pack from Sportsman's Guide, you usually get one that's basically brand new, like we have here, and then you have one that's a little bit more faded. As you can see, that one I'm wearing is pretty faded. It has some signs of use, like some holes. It has some signs of use, so you have some wear on the buttons, and then you also have a little hole right here, which adds character in my opinion. Also, I got these shirts in size large, and it fits me pretty okay. When it comes to features, guys, you have 2 front pockets, which are pleated. No pen pocket or anything on the inside. Focus. The pockets are pleated. I have been able to actually fit a coffee cup in here, like a standard cafe little paper cup, and they fit just fine here. Also, like Coke cans. I even put my gloves in here. Very nice and convenient. One on both sides. The jacket is closed by about 5 buttons, and then another one's around 6 buttons. They are these nice, like, I guess like Bakelite buttons, I don't know, but they are very nice buttons. And the buttonholes are hidden by a little strip. On the waist, you have some elastic here. And this like I said, you get one that's pristine and one that's used. And on the pristine one, there's no sound to elastic. It's nice and functional. But on the used one, it's a different story. I'll pop a video of what it sounded like when I got out the box. Prepare yourself. Unlike a lot of European garments, this has actually no epaulets because this was made to be a work jacket. So there's really no reason to show ranks. So there's no epaulets like most European garments. There is a little hook here, a little hanging loop, and here we have a tag which says 50% cotton, 50% polyester. And this was made in 1999. There's your Czech symbol there, it gives washing instructions and all that. And here we have an aftermarket sticker, I do believe. It says Stern made in Czech Republic. And then we hear of the company that made it, which was Koutný, and size 4/50, and gets the measurements there. And it has pretested job on there, which is something, but I'll get into Koutný a little bit later. On the sleeves, you have these nice square elbow reinforcements or a double upping of fabric. And on the buttons here, we have 2 buttons to adjust it, so you better have at least one or the other wrist size. Then you also have this little hole here for like ventilation of the forearm and whatnot when working. Also on the chest, you have this piece of nylon like thing that is velcroed onto the shirt. So here we have this like nylon thing that's velcroed onto the shirt. You have a little piece of hook and loop there. And same thing on the other jacket, but the covering has just been dealt away with. Might be there to attach like some high vis. And flipping on its back, here we just have a seam that goes across the back. There's no pleating or anything on anywhere on the jacket. When it comes to that material, it's not exactly twill, it's kind of like poplin or something. But it is durable, and it is actually kind of light, like lighter than a BDU. And you have that collar. And I've worn this jacket in like winter time, and I've like stood outside a little bit with just like a sweater underneath, and it is it won't exactly keep you warm, but it won't exactly keep you cold either. Definitely good for like spring to summer use. Here's a side-by-side comparison comparing a new one compared to a used N92 field shirt, and they are the exact same in design, just this one has been used. You can definitely see it on the buttonholes. These are actually kind of loose, especially this one here where it's kind of tearing to the side, but still very functional. The only thing that's not really functional anymore is the elastic, because it is so dried out from being in storage for so long. This one was made in 1996, and this one was made in 1999, but just difference in use. You got it by Koutný, same size, same instructions and whatnot. All right, guys, when it comes to N92 pattern, the pattern is like olive drab with like some purplish/brown, like accents or little like horizontal stripes almost, and it's pretty cool. Some people tried to compare this to Digital Flora, which it doesn't look like at all. All right, guys, so here is some Digital Flora. This is repro, but still gets the same contrast compared to the N92. As you can see, it looks pretty much nothing alike, but I have heard people try and compare it to this, So yeah, this pattern was meant to conceal stains, and it was just a little bit better at concealing stains than like a normal olive drab uniform. Some people have really tried to go really in-depth of history on this. There's really like not a lot of history available on it. I've tried to actually contact the Koutný company, and they have not responded to any of my emails or, you know, DMs or anything like that, but I didn't really expect them to. You know, try to like see what the contract is or what it is, what it's not, but all I know is it's meant for the Czech Armed Forces, and here we have the pattern. So it's meant to conceal the stains, conceal like oil, gas, or whatever kind of chemicals you're working with when you're in mechanic shirts. And I want to show you guys an example of how that actually works in use. So on the used one, there's actually some stains in here, and I'm going to show you one. So you can probably guys see in the bottom right corner, we have paint stain and like oil stain on here. Definitely not blood or anything, but definitely some oil or some kind of car fluid. And you see the white shows up pretty quickly, but that red kind of almost blends in a little bit. So when you zoom out, it's almost like it's not there. Or at least a little bit less noticeable than just having it on olive drab. Here I am wearing the Czech M92 Camouflage, and the field shirt is pretty comfortable. I like to kind of run it a little bit unbuttoned here. This is the used one, so the elastic isn't as pronounced, but I will show you what the elastic does look like with the new one. This hug you a little bit. I'm supposed to give that nice and tucked in appearance. I think you actually probably tuck this in so it just stays down there a bit easier when you tuck the shirt in, because, you know, mechanics, they probably have pants all the way up here and they're doing mechanic things. But I like to run it a little unbuttoned here. You guys can see unbuttoned, so it just kind of doesn't like bunch up here. But overall, it's really light. It does constrict slightly, but it's definitely still usable. But again, guys, this camouflage pattern, don't try and be like, it's like, some people try to get really bent out of shape about like it's special forces camouflage. It's like this new cool, hyper technologically advanced camouflage. But guys, this is a working uniform for mechanics, and it's meant to cover up grease stains and oil stains. Sometimes the simplest answer is the right one. So guys, this is a working uniform, like I said, but you might be thinking, working uniform, an army uniform, that's like a new concept, right? But actually, I mean, it is kind of a newish concept. I mean, not really. Like, you have the U.S. Navy wearing their dungarees and all sorts of stuff as a working uniform for CBs and whatnot. Having a different uniform for people working is actually not really a new concept at all. And if you guys need a little bit more of like a modern example of the working uniform, look at the Navy NW, Navy working uniform. Blueberry are like type 0 or type 1, where it's that blue camouflage. And it's not meant to actually conceal yourself in the woods, even though, you know, olive drab and some brown, of course, going to be a little more earth tone, so you can run away as a mechanic and survive. But the blue, it's just like, you know, it's camouflage to be camouflage. And some militaries do that. Like, you have the, you know, Air Force, you know, tiger stripe ABU pattern or Apex, and it's literally there just to be camouflage. So this is just to be camouflage, but also it's gonna hide stains a little bit better than just olive drab. So yeah. Also, a background of who made this jacket. Koutný, I think it's Koutný, or I guess Koutný, but, you know, spelled K and all that. It was basically a Czech like fabric textile company who contract for the fire department or like fire services in Czech Republic, the armed forces, police, forest rangers, and their equivalents and all that. So it's basically just like, it's just the people who make clothes, okay? And they contracted this for the Czech Armed Forces in the 90s. And I don't know when the last contract was, but I'm guessing I got all the way to 99, so probably around 2000. Probably these were not manufactured past 2005, but that's complete guesswork. Do not quote me on that. These are Czech Model 92, so from 1992 probably to the early 2000s, this is where these were used. And trying to find pictures of this actually in use by Czech mechanics is borderline impossible. I have not found any. I've even tried doing the classic trick of searching up this shirt in Czech, you know, Czech language. And it's, again, Czech Republic, not Czechoslovakia. This is Czech Republic. They are different. All right, guys, here we have the jacket all the way buttoned up. And yeah, you can wear it like this if you don't want your undershirt getting stained or whatnot, but I mean, I like wearing it, you know, unbuttoned like a lot of people do. But yeah, overall, it's pretty good, guys. You guys should probably get one. This is kind of an all over the place kind of video, but it's just kind of an all over the place kind of camo. You know, not a lot's known about it, but now you at least have a basic understanding of the field shirt / working uniform. And have a good day, guys, and bye.